watu kusema sijui Hiram amewekwa. I'm like, kwa nini niwekwe? Unaona? You don't have to be like kufukuzwa uambiwe sasa Hiram toka. Matendo itakuonyesha you are no longer needed here.
And you will take your L and leave.
Yeah, and you will go. But me sina shida na wao. Sina, but I can't fellowship
with them together
in any Akorino church.
Huwezi kabisa.
Ni wewe tukinyiletia baba.
Nitwagweta Ebeneza. On today's episode of My Story, we bring you a story of a person known as Hiram Kamuhunjia, or popularly known as Kamuhunjia. He's going to share with us the exclusive details of his family, brand, and lifestyle. My name is Njerimasi, and welcome to today's episode of My Story. Okay, thank you, Hiram, for gracing our screens today.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
I'm fine. And you?
We can see it. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Okay.
So looking at that camera, you can introduce yourself to the people who are seeing you for the first time on our channel.
Hello, everybody, wherever you're watching us. My name is Hiram Kamuhunjia, and I'm so glad to be here. This is my first time to be, on this channel. So God bless you for having me. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
So we dive right into your story. Who is Hiram?
Hiram is a born again Christian, and is a man who wears many hats because I am an actor. That is where I started as an actor, and then acting did not go quite well, so I went to teaching. I taught for 2 years in Pioneer High School. After that, acting still was in me, so I was feeling I need to explore more. So that is when now I decided to join acting, as a career now. Yeah, and I became an actor. After that, because I was doing accounting at that time, that is back around 20 more than 10 years ago, okay. So I was doing accounting. I felt, I don't like accounting, sipendi hesabu. So I decided to enroll to, at Rihanna University to do journalism. Yeah, so and I graduated, so I became now also a journalist. Yeah, and I have been practicing media for the last more than 10 years now. Yeah.
Of course, we have seen your work, we have seen you acting. People know you for Tahidi High.
Yes.
That is what people know you more for, and also your channel.
Yeah.
So growing up for Hiram, did you have a career path that you really envied?
I'm this open-minded person because I did not tell people I'm also a musician. Yeah. I'm also a gospel artist. I don't know why I forget to mention that, but because that one came later, so that's why I think I kind of forget it at some point. Yeah.
But it's part of you.
It is part of me, very.
And also, unajua kuna mtu ataangalia seme, he didn't say he's a husband, blah blah blah, and the internet.
I was introducing myself. So you wanted me I go deep?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm also married. I'm married to the one and the only Grace. She's also a gospel artist. Yeah. So I'm a married man.
Amazing.
Even now I don't wear to buy ring.
Why?
The Akorino, I'm from the Akorino church, so we don't wear rings.
Wow.
But maybe I will.
We will come to that. We will come to that later.
Okay.
So you are from the Akorino church. Growing up as an Akorino kid, of course, mimi tukikua, we usually thought you people are angels. Actually, there was a misconception that when you sleep, ukiwa na kiremba, the angels come and then they take the dirty kiremba from your head, alafu wanafunga ile safi. So when you wake up every day, You have a new clean kiremba. You can tell us, you can take us through that journey, growing up like that, being introduced to this church, the cultures that come with the church, and so on.
Okay. Yeah, it is true. I was born in an Akorino family. My parents are from the Akorino denomination. And therefore, when I was small, it is obvious, when you have kids, you have to show them the way, which to follow, especially the church. So my parents, because they were from the Akorino, what they did, the kakofia, uanzangi na kilemba, the one that now people see with grown-ups. You start with the small hat. That is how they do it. So it was very good. It was fun. Because let me tell you, there is a lot of fun in the Akorino church, especially the beating of drums. It's very fun. So I grew up in in an up country in Nyeri County, and naweza sema it was very normal because I did not feel like ilikuwa limit in any way, or I felt different from other kids. But of course, there's this stigma, that you experience as a child, especially in school, because now when you are playing, kids will come and remove, that kofia, and you will feel sad. You do like this. You don't want people to see your head. Yeah, but we did, overcome that. As I said, I loved the turban, but now when, there was a change in our life, in our family, so we decided to relocate to Nairobi. Now, when we came to Nairobi, there is something that I'm saying that the Akorino church did to me, and I've been saying it is very, very important for the church to make sure that they are not playing a role in causing traumas kwa watoto. That is a point that I'm, putting across, because when I came to Nairobi, personally, I'm not going to speak about the others, because as a family, I'm sure if I would bring my family here, they would tell you their trauma. Because when I came now to Nairobi, we went to this church where there was, this gap between the rich and the poor. So of course I came from a poor family, so it was very hard for me to fit in that church. And it was so hard that I could not even attend Sunday school. I was supposed to be in Sunday school because I was in class 4. But in that church I was not able to attend that Sunday school because people would look at me like I'm so poor, I'm coming from a poor family. I would go and join kids where maybe they are seated and they would walk away. Yeah, so as a child, remember this is a child, what do? You una stop to, and you just now look at what they are doing, and you just tell yourself, what, you cannot fit in here. Even to a point where adult would discriminate me, because I remember there was a guy who asked me, he came and asked me, by the way, nilikuwa nimevaa suti kubwa na tai, a 10-year-old. So it's the only suit that, actually it was only the clothes that I had. So akaniuliza, kwani unavaanga hivi? Nikamwambia, what do you, unamaanisha nini? Akaniambia, hey, anyway, unataka kukua nini ukikuwa mkubwa? Nikamwambia mimi napenda kukua actor, Citizen TV. Aki alicheka. At 10 years. At 10 years. Akiangalia suti ni zile hata anashangaa, wewe Citizen utatoana nao wapi? Because at that time we were living in a slum. So I felt so bad, and my self-esteem ikaanza kuenda chini, and it really affected me personally. Hiyo kitu, by the way, I did not know it was a trauma until I was now a grown up. Because he told me, you know what, the only person who can help you to go there is only my father. And I was like, it's okay. So, and a lot of things huko ndani zikafanya ni feel so sad. Now by the time I was coming to join Tahidi High, and I removed my turban because on Tahidi High sikuwa na kilemba. I got a lot of criticism in the church, hate, because they would speak like you are, unatuaibisha, unafanya vitu. So, and I was like, because I used to see there are people who go sin with that turban. For me, I'm just acting. And this is a passion that God gave me. And a talent. So, what wrong could I have done that you guys, you want to tell me that I'm doing bad to remove my turban while on set? But it reached to a point I could not now go to that church anymore. That was back in 2015. And I never went to that church or to any Akorino church for the last, from 2015 to 2025. That is 10 years. Yeah. And unless I'm invited. When somebody invite me to their church and it's an Akorino church, I will go. But I said I will not fellowship. And that is how I came to a point of, you know what, I've not been going to that church for the last 10 years. I don't follow the church. My wife is not from the Akorino church, because I used to tell even my family, I will never marry an Amokorino. They know. I used to say that. I will not want to continue a lineage that is coming from the Akorino church. I have to stop it from now, and therefore, for me to see that it has come to pass, I will not marry from the Amokorino. And that is what I did. I did not marry Amokorino. Even the family that will come out of me, they will not follow the Akorino church. Yeah.
Wow. So now that you have told us basically what made you leave the church, you can take us to, there's a personal life about you that people are really interested in, your marriage. And of course they have a lot to say about it. How did you meet Grace, and how has that been for you as a couple?
Grace, we met in a certain TV, a media house that we were working with her. She was a host, I was a producer.
Okay.
Ilikuwa inaitwa Mount Kenya TV. So when I went there as a producer, I was told that my host will be Grace.
Grace Mwai.
Grace Mwai. At that time, to be honest, siwezi sema nilikuwa nimepatana na yeye. I just knew her kama a musician. So, but at Royal Media, because I used to work at Royal Media also as a producer, but after Tahidi High, after I finished school, I went to after I was acting Tahidi, then nikasoma sasa, I graduated. I got a job at Royal Media, and then the show that I was doing also is a gospel show. Sijui kwa nini napewango gospel shows at Inoro. So Grace was also a host hapo Inoro. But she left, akaenda to the UK. So I did not get a chance. Alitoka nikaingia. Unaona? So I did not get a chance to meet her. So it's like fate. Then nikaenda Mount Kenya in 2018. Akatoka UK, akakuja Mount Kenya. So I was excited because I was also a fan of her music. So I was also excited to see her, but it was just a fan.
And a celebrity.
Yes, nothing more. But now when we started working, as time went by, we became friends. And the friendship led to what?
To the marriage that we have now.
To the dating. Huwezi enda kwa marriage before you date.
Basi tunaambiwa the people in church don't date for too long, usiingie kwa dhambi. So you meet someone blah blah haraka haraka.
Okay, we dated for long.
For how many years?
Long ni how many years? We dated from 2019, around 2020, around 2 years, I think. Or almost 2 years.
Before marriage. How was that for you, dating all these gospel artists and the celebrity? How was that for you, handling the pressure? Everyone is in your business. They want to know what is happening.
Okay, kitu sasa ilinisaidia pia. I think hiyo useleb haikuonekana sana. Okay, even me at that time nilikuwa nimeanza kujulikana because at that time I was acting. Nilikuwa bado nina act behind act Inoro as Kamuhunjia. Kamuhunjia is a program ilikuwa inakuja Inoro. Is a movies zinaitwa za Kamuhunjia shows. So hiyo Kamuhunjia ndio nilikuwa na act na in the Kikuyu land watu pia walikuwa wamekuja. But Grace akiulizwa alikuwa anasema hajaisikia mtu kama huyo ever. So hata mimi nilishtuka, hujaisikia Kamuhunjia, you have never seen me? Akaniambia no, I've never seen you. It started as a friendship which grew because she was that friend. Unaweza sema I would call her na niko na shida na atanisaidia, she would do the same na nitamsaidia, and the friendship was strong, and that is why nasemanga unaona are you a friend inakuwa very easy because you still care about them, because marriage, unajua ukiingia kwa marriage kuna kuanga na hizi ups and down but when somebody is your friend you forgive haraka sana, and that is what happened because mimi na Grace we became so good friends because at that time even without kuingiza dating sijawahi kuwa na rafiki kama huyo, and it was a friendship that hadi huko watu walikuwa na question kwa kazi wakisema are you two guys seeing each other, and at that time haikuwa, it was just friendship. So it was cute, you know, seeing it grow to something beautiful.
And there you are.
Yeah, and then here we are. We got married which in the year 2021.
Did you announce your relationship in the dating phase or in the marriage phase?
In the marriage. By the time people you know, were coming to know about our marriage, we had already gotten married. Tulikuwa tumekaa kwa marriage for like almost an year.
That is when now the public came to
get in 20, because people came to know in 2022. Hatukuwa tunataka ku go back public, and something that me and Grace we share in common is that we are reserved, both of us. There are things we don't
share to the public.
Share to the public. Up to today there are so many things that we don't tell people because I think when you hold something so dearly to you, you don't share it. You protect it. Yeah. That is what we believed in up to now.
On the announcement of you and Grace's marriage, of course there came a lot of opinions, and one thing that was really said is that Kamuhunjia ni mdogo sana wa kuoa Grace.
I know.
Anataka kuwekwa. Kwanza Grace alikuwa majuu, Kamuhunjia ameenda kuwekwa. First of all, before you even tell us, in a case where you wouldn't have met Grace, would you ever settle for a woman who is older than you?
Can I tell you something? I've never dated somebody who is younger.
Younger than you?
I don't know why.
Oh, it happens for you?
Yeah, I don't know why. Do you know the reason? Do you know?
I don't.
I don't know too. I don't know. Napatanga maybe somebody is a year older. Unaona? Na sikuwa najua.
Unajua wakati mko ndani.
And I don't know. Ni kama tu fate. But okay, I don't know why people see me nikiwa mtu mdogo.
Maybe it's the picture of you in uniform. Yeah,
that one also, and you see the character that nimekuwa nikicheza, I've been playing. Imagine nimeacha kuact Tahidi High bado kama nimeoa Grace. So this is a guy act Tahidi. I've been telling people nimeact Tahidi for like nimetoka 2022, so that is 7-8 years. Unaona? Na hiyo time before niingie Tahidi, umesikia nikisema I was a teacher for 2 years. Nilikuwa nimewest time na kusoma accounting. Sasa hata ukifanyia mtu people wanaona ni kama huyu kijana he is a teen.
Umetoka tu high
school nikaingia, so
meet Grace
tukawana. But that is not the case. Kwa age mi siwezi sema I'm that young. My looks they can be deceiving because watu maybe wanaweza ona sijazeeka. Alafu another thing that pia watu wanaonanga Grace is way older Ni kwa sababu you know Grace started singing at what age? Ni kama sasa uulizwe Rihanna. I'm using Rihanna because she's very famous. Watu waseme ati gospel artist amejua Rihanna. So Rihanna alianza music yake akiwa very young. Right now she's in her early 30s. But ukisikia Rihanna utasikia ni kama mtu
ako 70.
Because si nilikuwa namsikia nikiwa mtoto. Grace pia alifanya her song yenye ili hit Kiradhimo. I think she was around 21. Hata ukifanya hiyo hesabu yako uangalie mtu mwenye amefanya her first song nini and people can because at the time she was joining in Noro hapa 2016 sijui 2015 hata kuna interview people can go and calculate her age and they will see at that time alikuwa amesema I think she was 22 23 at that akifanya show hata ukifanya hiyo hesabu yako ongeza hata 10 years kwani atakuwa 50. So mimi nikiangalia watu wakisema alafu Grace is this person anakuwa na very strong character. Grace is a person she can convince somebody something. Kuongea tu kwake her voice, Mungu alimpatia commanding voice. Hata mimi sikufikiria that is her age. At that nikamuuliza how old are you and then I was shocked. Nikamwambia but the way you unajibeba, the way you talk commands respect. Akaniambia sasa hiyo ni kwa watu wanijui because sasa Grace kwa nyumba hakuangi hivyo ni watu wanamjua.
Ametone down.
Hata mtu hawezi sema ni yeye unaona because there is what people know and there is what people don't know and what about age you might be very surprised about your age difference watu wanasemanga. Kwani wewe unaonanga ni ngapi?
You want to put me on the hot seat but just to clarify, just to be short, she's not older than you.
Mimi siongeangi kuhusu our age. Siwezi sema
don't tell us the age. Just tell us who is older.
Watu wafanya hesabu. Nimewapatia hesabu nikawaambia they go hata waone even when Grace started her music. Umesema she was around 21. Kiradhimo. That is 10 years ago because alifanya 2014. Si unaona?
Guys tushajua. Na wale anaanza
kwa theater. Hey, by 2011.
You were at what age in 2011?
See you
I'm just helping my audience bwana. Guys,
lakini I was teaching around 2013 2014. Isn't how many years ago?
2013 where was I?
That is almost 13 years ago. Kwani nilikuwa nafunza nikiwa 10. And I was teaching high school. And I am sure my students because wananiandikianga they can write here and say by the way Kamuhunjia was my teacher, was my business teacher in 2013 2014. So that is more than 10 years ago. Do your math.
What is something that you have read on the internet about your marriage? Na hata nyinyi na Grace Mwai mkasema wow, what are these people talking about? That one thing yenye watu washaiandika mko like
ni hiyo ya age. Ni hiyo ya age.
Watu wanakuanga invested sana nayo.
Hiyo mimi nasianga nimekasirika because people don't know. Watu kusema sijui Hiram amewekwa. I'm like kwa nini niwekwe? Unaona? Kama ni kuwekwa singeoa. Unaona? This is somebody nilianza na yeye you know a life together to be the mother of my children. Unaona? So if ni kuwekwa ningetafuta mtu mzee. Unaona? But sasa wao venye wamefikiria wakipiga hesabu yao wanaona Hiram ni katoto. And because of the characters zenye nimeplay I don't blame the fans. Unaona? Juu pia ya Inoro when you watch either ya Inoro I used to play a character of a young pastor mwenye nika nika pastor alafu kanakaa fala
ka weak pastor
you know so hizo character watu wakiniona huyu ni mdogo sana huyu ni mtoto you see
he's very weak for marriage
alafu to have somebody like Grace as a wife inaka
very a strong personality
exactly but watu after we did music people wakaanza niliona wameanza
kutia heshima kidogo
watu wakaanza kuona Hiram can also you see
So, you have now dated Grace and wherever. Now you have left the church. Where do you guys do your wedding?
We go to gospel outreach.
Oh, so you guys found a common church?
Yes.
You didn't follow Grace, Grace didn't follow you?
Yes.
Thank you for that clarification. So there's a prank you did with Grace. A prank that people termed as disrespectful, blah blah blah. Kama ni mimi ningetoka kwa, I don't know whether you remember that prank.
Which one? Tumefanya mingi.
Yeah,
calling
you were
my
calling
mom.
And then you were talking like you were tired of her, blah blah blah. And people were like, you were thinking jokes, lakini amekuchoka.
That is a prank. And something I asked people about that prank is, Grace at that time, alikuwa na mic. You know, some of these, in that program, if you watch it, iko na advert. So it was an advert in form of a show.
Oh, it was scripted.
It was scripted.
Oh.
So, and kuna watu hapo walikuwa wanaandika, si mnasikia Grace ako na mic. This is a show. Unaona?
People actually are connecting that character as student, Kamuhunjia and blah blah. What is so different about those weak characters and the Hiram now who is seated here?
The difference is, in those characters, of course, you don't expect huyo mtu akuwa anaongoza, si ndio? So Hiram ni mtu of course pia amesoma, amegraduate, bado anaenda shule, bado ni mtu ambaye akona biashara zake. I have a production inaitangwa Hima Production, where we do music, like our songs ni sisi watu tunacheza, unaona. There are so many artists when they look up to us. They come to our studio. We also teach music and production courses in our school. So if you compare those characters, student, the Kamuhunjia role, of course you don't expect. And I started producing those shows, like here Kamuhunjia, I was the writer, I was the producer, director. So there is no way you can tell me somebody ni kama Tyler Perry, the way an actor huwezi fikiria ni yeye mwenye behind all, unaona. So even me, the roles that I play, hizo tu they are just scripted, I act them, and then there is now me behind the scene, a very serious staff director. I've told you I've produced shows pale Royal Media, at Inoro I was an editor, producer, at Viusasa I was a producer pia and an editor. I went to Mount Kenya, I was employed as a producer, and later on I was promoted to be the deputy head of production, and later on, before leaving now to start my own production, I was the head of the production. So I don't think somebody who is weak and all that can be able to reach where I am, kukua weak. And even in my house, I'm not boosting at nini, but I take care of my family, even finances. Unajua there are people who say, Hiram, sasa hiyo ni ulikuwa unasema kuwekwa. No. Even if Grace come here, she can say, she have never removed a coin ati kufanya nini unless she wants to. But the bills, the nini, that one is me. Even so many things that I cannot say here. So meaning that is a man. A man is a person who takes responsibility of his family. Yeah.
A nice one. Before we close up this marriage chapter of your life, how does the internet talks affect marriage kwa real ground?
It does not. It does not, because for me, you know, it has been your time maybe inaweza, lakini at this time no, because tushakuwa ngumu. When you are in the limelight, what you know is that your life is no longer yours fully. You have yours, yes, but other people out there, they care so much about your life. They are concerned about your life. So you have to accept that. And the moment you accept that, any opinion that anybody will have concerning you should not affect you, because there are people who will love you, there are people who will hate you, there are people who will follow you. So what you do, you kind of become also a leader, unaona. So a leader huwa hatusi. So even if people abuse you, you just make fun out of it, unaona. Mtu akikwambia hivyo unamuongelesha tu like is a joke, anaona kumbe hata ana ubaya, unaona. Yeah, so for us in our marriage, I cannot say it affected us in any way kwa marriage, because we really even think about that in our home.
I take you back kidogo, you and your siblings. Of course, we see you people, like especially the three of you that we see on a regular, the two sisters and yourself. We see like you work together a lot. You are kinder together on many times. How is that for you working with your siblings?
I can say it is very conducive, because when you're working with a family member, especially if you have been brought up, let me tell you, in our family, tunakuanga very united. I think it's because also pia of the poverty that we went through when we were growing up. Tumeteseka sana. Karimu naona ameteseka sana, and all of us included. So that, because there were times tulikuwa tunakaa hivyo hatuna food, tunakaa tu tukiwa hivyo as a family, tuna picture a future that will come. Tunasema one day we will be having this and this and this and this, unaona. And so when it came to pass, that bond bado ikakuwa hapo, and we try as much as we can to accommodate each and everyone, even if we have we are three who are in the media, and then the others are in the profession. They are accountants, engineer and all that. So we try to accommodate them, even kwa career na wafichanga huko ndani. But when it comes to working, it's the best thing that happened to us, because even for me, when kama kwa Kare Beauty College, she takes Himadot production to shoot her content. Hizo nini content zake zinakuwa na Himadot, unaona. So it is supporting. Haniambi Hiram, come and shoot this for free. There is an invoice, unaona, and then she pays to the company, unaona. When maybe I have music, Grace akona music anafanya, all her makeup is done by Kare Beauty. Exactly, anatuma invoice. That is how we support each other, unaona. Na by that mnapatanga mmejiinua nyinyi wote as a family. It's a good thing if you can be able to work together.
Having a sister who is in a limelight like Kare, I know it can be kidogo challenging. Like, how do you guys take us through the real situation now? She has trended now on the wrong side of the internet. Maybe she has done something controversial. Kwa ground, do you guys sit down na mna correctiana, enyo hapo Kare, hapo umefail, hapo Hiram umechemsha?
Hapana, we don't, because we know it is the content. Even our parents, they have no issue with that. They have never asked, Kare, sasa hii nini tunaona? No, they know it is content. And as a content creator, utajipata, there are times you are trending kwa vitu mzuri, kuna time una trend kwa vitu mbaya. That is the life of a celebrity. So it has never bothered us, because we know ni kitu tu ya content. Na hiyo imeisha.
So the moment now umekuja ukatoa turban kabisa. Having that you married a woman who is not a Mokorino, did you get people who said, oh, ona sasa ndio hii prove amekaliwa hata kilemba ametupa?
Nimeona hizo comments, especially kwa TikTok. I've seen it. Watu wakisema Grace ameweza kumconvince.
Finally.
And let me tell you what people don't know. Grace, actually, there is no day, and God is my witness, ashaniambia Hiram, toa your turban. Even when we were dating, when we were getting into that marriage, Grace hakuiona hivyo, hakuona ikiwa a barrier, because hata yeye alikuwa anaulizwa why Maria Mokorino, unaona. But she used to say, me, I was interested with Hiram as a person, I was not interested with the Akorino. Alafu after kukaa na mimi akaona hakuna kitu inamzuia, because I'm also this open-minded person. So for me to remove my turban, Grace did not play any role. Actually, she was telling me, are you sure? Think about it. Unaona. But there are those people who would think that she contributed to that, but I don't think so, because mtu akifanya make a decision, you know, kutoa turban is a bold move. and it's a permanent decision. Things happen, and I'm saying this, God forbid, watu wakiachana, what can you do? Na mtu alifanya utoe kilemba. You'll be stupid. Na sijatusiana. Yeah.
So what about the extended family and the community? Okay,
for me, I don't care about extended family. I don't care at all. What I care about is my family, my wife, my parents, the siblings only. Hao wengine ati aunties, hapana.
But have you ever had a situation where aunties wanataka to bring the opinion into your business?
Yeah, they are there. Mpaka wanaota.
Wanaonyeshwa na Mungu.
Wanaota sijui nini. Sasa hiyo ni yao.
Hebu tuambie ndoto moja. Waliota kama ni? I'm interested. Like waliota ndoto kama gani?
Wanaota tu sijui. Ni hizi tu vitu za hata unaweza shangaa, unaenda unaongelesha mtu haongeangi na yeye. Unajua sasa ukienda ushago uko wewe sasa ni celeb kabisa watu. So wakiona ukiongea na mtu mwenye hawapendi, wana after umerudi Nairobi unasikia wameota. Ati umwambie asiongeleshe huyo mtu tena, ni huyo mtu ni mchawi.
Atamaliza.
Then I'm like, really? Yeah, na kukosangi aunties kama hao, unaona? But mimi I don't care.
What can you tell someone who is living their life for church? Because recently, even stories that I've done, I've realized that church can really be controlling without showing you the reality of life, and you end up messing your life, you end up being traumatized at the end of the day. What can you tell a youth who is out there, too committed to God, but they cannot see that the church is blocking them from seeing the reality?
What I can tell young people is search for God. We mwenyewe. Don't wait you have to follow a certain church, because church is a place of worship, is a place of fellowship. That is the importance of a church, to fellowship together. Hakuna kitu ingine ya kanisa. That is the main core nini ya kanisa, where we come and fellowship together. But God is not interested more in that. God is interested in your heart. And the moment you search your heart and you tell God, I need to know you more. Because when you know God more and you know what He really wants in your, for you to do with your life, you will be able to follow what He wants. Unaona? Sure. Because when we follow church, kuna doctrines mingi sana. Kuna the Catholic, kuna, the Corinos, kuna Legion Maria, kuna PEFA. So many churches. All these churches have different doctrines. If we start now following the church, it means we have lost. No, we have lost in this battle that we are fighting against the devil, because now we are following the church and not God. But for you to know God, you have to read the Word of God. So read the Word of God and understand what God really wants for your life. No. When you do that, now you will be able to look for a church that fits what God wants. And what I tell people is, if you're in a church that you feel you're not being you and you're not living according to what God wants, toka kwa hiyo kanisa. Because at the end of the day, kuna kanisa ambazo zinakuja zinafunga mtu kabisa. We have seen even kwa TV, unapata kanisa mtu ati hakuna kuenda hospitali. Unaona? Hiyo ni slavery. Unaona? And the Word of God says, Jesus was saying, we are no longer under the law, but under the grace. When you understand that statement that we are under the grace, because they are church, wanafukuza hadi watu kanisa. Unaona ukikosea, unafukuzwa. And that is what happened kwa kanisa kama yetu yenye nilikuwa nasoma. Ukionekana hivi umekosea, unafukuzwa. And I asked, I want to be told in the Bible, where Jesus aliona a sinner, akamfukuza. Unaona? Jesus was actually interested in that sinner, and that is why he was giving the parable of the lost sheep, where he would go and chase over that one sheep na acha hawa 99. Unaona? That is the true gospel. But when you tell me that when somebody amefanya dhambi unamfukuza, I don't know which God you are praying to or which God you are telling people to follow. If you see such a church, run for your life because you are not following the Christ. And people should know, for you to follow, if they want to know the meaning of Christianity, can you go and read the gospel? The gospel is, you read Matthew, Luke,
Mark, Luke.
Yes, John, and you see what Jesus was talking about, because Yesu alisema alikuja kuongeza nguvu kwa the Old Testament, but kuna watu sasa, hiyo kuongeza nguvu ni kumaanisha alikuwa, there is a way sasa alikuwa anataka watu wafuate, because he died, his blood would be for nothing if we don't do what, if we don't follow what he did. He came here for the sinners and he's interested in a sinner. So if you sin, and everyone is a sinner, can you imagine in the Bible it says every adulterers, every all homosexual, all liars, they will burn in the lake of fire. Who is not a liar? Everyone is a, so he was, Revelation inajaribu, John akisema hivyo alikuwa anajaribu kumaanisha hivi, everybody is a sinner. Unaona huyu mwenye anaua, because wanasema even murderers will burn in the lake, and a liar, they are the same. So who are you to, you know, say that mtu ati ni mwenye dhambi umfukuza kwa kanisa? Hakuna. Meaning we under the grace. We live under the grace. And you should not discriminate somebody because amefanya dhambi. As a man of God, all you're supposed to do is bring him closer, understand that person. Why is he doing this? And with that, utakuwa umemuokoa by bringing him closer to the church rather than kumfukuza. Ukimfukuza huko, wewe ndio utaulizwa damu yake. Hata akiwahi potea, you will be held responsible.
Yeah. Given a chance, would you reconcile with your past church?
Sina shida na wao. Mimi sina shida.
Ni wao walikufukuza, si wewe ulitoroka.
Na si, well, can I tell you something? You don't have to be like kufukuzwa uambiwe sasa Hiram toka. Matendo itakuonyesha you are no longer needed here.
And you will take your L and leave.
Yeah, and you will go. But mi sina shida na wao. Sina, but I can't fellowship
with them together
in any Akorino church.
Huwezi kabisa. Wow. Before we close this episode, there's a clarification. I know someone who is watching, maybe kuna watu wako na curiosity kama mimi. Are the Akorinos as righteous, how do I put this? Are the Akorinos more righteous than other Christians? Because there's a certain reputation that we hold them, and I guess that is why we are so hard on them when we are judging them, because we expect them to live a certain way.
No one is righteous in this world. Nobody. And when you, kama Biblia inasema, ukikuwa righteous sana, utakufa. That is what the Bible says. Unaona? So there is nobody, meaning there is nobody who is in this world that is righteous. And the Akorino, they are also like other human beings. Wanafanya dhambi, unaona? They are normal people. It's just that it is a denomination yenye sasa watu wameona wanafuata Mungu sana, they are deep into God sana, but it does not make them any different from any other Christian. Unaona? They are like any other person. They can sing, they can do anything.
Okay. So here I'm looking at that camera. Of course, we would have loved to see Grace on this set. Unfortunately, she's not here. So you can, looking at that camera, what can you tell her today?
What I can tell her is I love her so much, and I would want to spend, you know, a lifetime with her and walk through this beautiful journey God has prepared for us forever, pamoja with our children, yeah, till our old age.
Now, before uambie Hiram kitu, of course, internet is very observative. Kuna mtu atasema Hiram is married, he doesn't have his ring, so that he can do blah 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 blah.
So, you know, I came from the Akorino church. hiyo at that time when I got married, si nilikuwa bado mkorino, so nilikuwa bado na hizo beliefs nini, so kwa korino watu vai ring.
Reason being
sini hizo vitu za dunia na wavai kwa korino ikianza hizo machuma nini rings nini,
earrings,
they were considered outcasts. So for women they used to wear a kaleso here. If you look clearly kwa wanawake utaona women they wear, unaona, and then sasa wanaume ati wanavaa koti. Yeah, so mimi si kuvaa, unaona, but nilieka Grace the ring.
So she has the ring. Now that you're not a Mukurino, are you considering buying yourself a ring now?
Sindio.
Nice one. Tutakuwa tukiangalia pale kwa mtandao, tuangalie hiyo kidole kama ishakuwa covered.
Sindio.
And now as we finalize this episode, you can now address Hiram and tell the audience where they can find you, your YouTube channel, your socials, na wenye wanaweza taka maybe kufanya the music production pia, mahali wanaweza kupata.
First of course is to thank all who have watched this program. God bless you wherever you're watching us, and you can find me on Instagram, Hiram Maina Official, Facebook, Kamuhunjia, YouTube, Hiram Maina Kamuhunjia, Kamuhunjia Show. I also do inspiring stories there. I also do my music there. That is where I post all my content. And of course, if you're interested in kusoma production, music classes, voice coaching, na production, now of course to record your music, you'd want to record your music, you can of course call us or visit us in our office. Tuko pale Spa Mall, iko pale Roiro, Kimbo, first floor, room F53. That is where our office is located. Inaitwa Himadot Production or Himadot School of Music and Film. 0717746130. Yes, and utasaidika.
And to you, our viewer, thank you for sticking with us up to this point of this episode. As usual, I'm waiting to hear your feedback on the comment section below. Remember that the details, the contact details, the links to his socials will be on the pinned comments down below. Thank you for watching. Make sure you share with your friends, family, and subscribe to this channel. My name is Hiram Kamuhunjia. Until next time, keep it Tuko. Lakini Kamuhunjia, si tuimbie kidogo.
Which one?
Yeyote. Tuimbie kidogo, Wakenya wasikie. Ndio hata wajue, wa put the face to the voice.
Gutire na gutikage ole kanole murata waku etawe murithi mwega ndire kendo ingianga mutugi utangegiririka. Hallelujah, kanua gakwa gekumbura koigewe niwe Ngai uriawe nikio niĩ na nyũmba yakwa yothe niwe tũgũtungatĩra niwe ũtũkinyithĩtie baba nĩtwagwĩta Ebeneza amũkĩra ngatho kuma ngoro-inĩ kuona nĩtũtwaranĩte wega nĩtwakwĩhokera rũciũ rwitũ.
Bye.
Bye.